All right. Yay. Oh, I gotta hit recording. Perfect. Okay. Hello, you guys. Tell us if you can see us live. I'm here with Melissa. Let's give her a shout out. Woo woo. Say what's up. Hold on, I think I lost my browser. There we are. Okay. I want to say hi, guys. Here live with Melissa. She is a Create My Weight alum. Oh, wait, are we live here? Okay, we are. Yay, good. Okay, perfect. All right, sorry, guys. All right, you guys, I want to first and foremost thank Melissa here, and she's with her daughter, Aria. She's joining us live tonight as well. Aria's almost 19 months old, right, Melissa? That's so awesome. Melissa lives up in Woodbridge, Virginia, and she just wrapped up her Create My Weight 12-week program a few weeks ago, and she was super successful. And I really think she will inspire a lot of you guys, especially you busy moms. Melissa works full-time. She's a lead social worker in the Washington, D.C. area. And so despite all of her craziness, busy job, busy life at home, she was super successful on this journey after trying so many things. So Melissa, thank you again for joining me. And I'm really excited for you to share your story and hopefully inspire some people for the new year, right? So that's what we're gonna do tonight. So the first question I wanna ask you is, what had you tried in the past to lose weight on your own before coming to Create My Weight?
I feel like I've tried so many different things. I've tried Weight Watchers, the Isogen, like the shake diets, and then just playing like little games with my mind. Like I'm going to cut out all carbs this week, or I'm going to refrain from eating all the bad foods. Just the typical yo-yo diets on and off for about like over 10 years. So yeah, I feel like I've tried a little bit of everything and nothing seemed to work. And then anytime I would try to go back to it, like, oh, I'll just do my shake diet, I want to lose a few pounds, it would be less and less every single time. So.
And how did that make you feel? Like the fact that like you were trying, but like not getting the results that you wanted?
Frustrated, like a failure, like why can't I stick to this? Why can other people be so successful on this, but why can't I? Just really frustrated and just this never ending cycle.
Yeah, I remember like our first phone call, and I remember you thinking, would anything work for you? Right. And like, because you had tried so many different things. Comment here in the chat if you have been in that situation where you feel like you've tried all these different things and nothing will work for you. So you wonder, will anything work for me? Hashtag that's me, here in the comments. Okay. So what was the turning point for you that finally had you reach out for help? And why did you think I was the person to help you?
So actually I'm friends with Abby. I know her from Washington Hospital Center when we worked together as social workers there. And I saw her amazing results, and she kept talking about food freedom. And then I saw her eating like a cheeseburger and fries one day and still, like losing the weight and still, doing all the things. And I'm like, I want to do that. Like if she has lost that much weight and has been so successful and has continued doing this, like you must have been doing something right. And then I just happened to, like, I looked you up, I Googled you, I looked at your Instagram, I just looked at everything. And then I was getting your, your emails, and everybody just seemed to be so successful. So I was thinking, something that you're doing must be right, and what you're doing is different. So I thought, why not just give it a try? This is COVID. It's the perfect time to, to try. I have the time to do it, despite everything else going on. And I was just, honestly, I just so tired of complaining about my weight year after year after year without getting the results that I wanted. So.
Yeah. Well, and I love what you just mentioned about the mindset. Like you just said that, despite COVID, despite the craziness of 2020, and you and I started like right before the holiday season, right? Like end of September into October. A lot of people, I feel like at that point would just wait till the new year, but you were like on a mission. And I love that about you. And I think that's also why you are so successful, is you have that right mindset. And I know like that's something we also worked on a lot during our work together, and we'll talk about that. But I want to share some people that are giving you love. Abby's here, sending lots of love. Yeah, food freedom. Yep. Chloe's here. She says, whoop, 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 freedom. So you got some love coming here. But yeah, no, super successful with the food freedom strategy. But of course, everybody, when they work with me for 12 weeks or do anything for 12 weeks and beyond, there are some struggles along the way. Like, as you mentioned before, the weight loss journey is not easy. So what were some struggles you had over the course of your 12 weeks?
I think just I was so focused on the end result versus being in the moment, and just being present. And I think that was difficult for me. So, after a lot of our one-on-ones, I was really focusing on what can I do today? Focus on today, stop focusing about the future, and focus on overall health versus just dropping weight. So I think that was hard for me in the beginning, and then it got easier as we went along. I think that was the most challenging thing for me, is just to focus in the moment.
Yeah. Health first, weight loss second, both with strategy. And I remember, like, in the very beginning, you were just like, I want to get the weight off. Like, you were very ready to get to that end result. Mm-hmm. And I'm really glad that you mentioned that, because actually earlier today, I did this training about goals, right? The good and the bad and the truth about goals. And oftentimes we're very goal focused without being process focused. Like you said, being present and focusing on what's important and how to get to your goal instead of obsessing over the goal. And oftentimes people that are very focused on the goal, they kind of get like overwhelmed by the process, right? And they get discouraged, right? So I think that's, obviously a lot of the mindset work we did in the shifting. And I'm so happy that you were able to still get to your goal, right? And you're almost 20 pounds down at this point.
Yeah.
And you're still losing, which is amazing. A lot of people are going into this new year, like starting to try to lose weight, and you've already conquered a massive part of your goal.
So that was another reason that I wanted to start when we did too, is because I wanted, and I had, as you know, like I had so many changes in the 12 weeks in my professional life and my personal life. My husband he just changed and got a new job, and then he's still coaching basketball, even in COVID. So, I had all of these different changes, and I was like, I need to figure out how to work through all of this stuff. Like, I need to figure out how to work through it, because I was a stress eater, overeater. So just figuring out how to work through that in the busiest time, I think at the time was frustrating for me, but I needed to learn to do it, and you helped me to do that. So that was good.
And I know we were just talking about struggles, but I want to really celebrate a big win for you here. Melissa, I remember when we first started, like, you were eating out more often and you weren't cooking at home a lot. I know you and I are very similar. We don't love to cook, but like, we know we need to in order to, reach our goals. So like, tell us a little bit about your experience with cooking during Create My Weight.
So in the beginning, I feel like I was eating out so much because I was like, I can eat out, however many oftentimes. And, as long as I'm trying to go with the program. But then as the weeks went on, I just noticed that I didn't want to eat out as much. And then just learning to cook new foods, learning to just cook in general, I think was very helpful, because then I started enjoying the food more that I was cooking at home than when I was eating out. And I think I had just tried kava in the midst of, like, when we had started, and I was like, oh, this is a great alternative. I'm going to eat kava all the time. And then like 2 weeks in, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'd rather eat at home now and cook my own food, make my own.
That's amazing. And again, like, even though like you started eating at home a lot more, you still did go out, to restaurants and enjoy the holidays. And I think that's the key. That's what we mean by food freedom, right? Yeah. So hashtag food freedom. I see a lot of you guys. Chloe, congratulations. That's amazing. Abby, you look absolutely amazing, girl. Wow, almost 20 pounds down. Yes. I mean, holy moly. Did you think that, 12 weeks ago that you would be here at this point?
No. I was expecting it to happen. I mean, with everybody, everything is instant. So of course you expect like it to happen instantly, but it gradually happened. Every week I was losing. I don't think I went a week where I didn't really lose anything, but I did it gradually, and I'm very happy with where I'm at. I still have some more goals that I want to reach. So I'm continuing.
Absolutely. And that's actually what I wanted to ask you next. Like, how confident do you feel in your ability to not just maintain the loss you've already had, but to continue losing and then maintain?
Yeah, I feel very confident because I'm still losing. I think I've been done since Christmas Eve, and it's now into January, and I'm still going with my momentum. I'm still, following with my my healthy eating and working out and my mindset. And yeah, I'm still going.
Woo! Awesome. Oh my gosh, such an inspiration. And of course, like you said, like, you know, with your changing jobs and your husband's schedule and Aria being home, like you're still able to balance all of those things.
Yeah.
And I think that's really another reason why I'm so thankful that you're sharing your story, because, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of busy moms here in the group that could really be inspired by you. All right. And even just people in general who are busy, especially like people in healthcare that help others, like we tend to give and not take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? And that's something I think you learned to do. So like what words of wisdom or like what words of inspiration can you give to people like you, like maybe busy moms, people that are in healthcare that take care of everyone else and don't take care of themselves?
I would say give yourself some grace, trust the process, and just literally take it a day at a time. Because you will see the results. You will see the results. Just don't focus on the end result. Like you said earlier, like trust the process. So yeah,
absolutely. And most importantly, this is what I was saying earlier to my goal setting training. It's not just about trusting the process, but it's liking your process and like creating your process. And I think that's one of the reasons why most people aren't successful, you know, when they first try, is because they're following some other process that doesn't really work with them, you know. But
and you're following the process that works for you and your life. You're not following like a fad diet program. You know, you're doing what works for you and your life and your lifestyle. So I think that's also what made it so successful too, is I'm not stuck to this rigid plan given by whatever shake diet company. You know, like I'm doing what works for me and my life and my family. And that's what has made me keep going and allowed me to keep going.
Right. That's super key too, guys. Hashtag family. Like, how many of you guys struggle because your family eats all different things or they have different goals with you or no goals, and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? You know? And so Melissa was able to balance all of that. And I think that's also, like you said, why you were super successful. Abby saying yes, consistency. And I know that's just a major goal for you now, Melissa, just to maintain consistent.
Yeah.
What you said is that you seem like really confident that you can do that. So that's super awesome. And like you said, that you've been continuing to lose. Oh my gosh. So I love doing these interviews because, again, I just want to celebrate you, you know, and I think you truly are an inspiration to everyone watching this, you know, and you've given yourself a huge gift, right? So you're ready for the new year. And is there anything else you want to say? Any other words of wisdom or inspiration?
I just thank you. Like, you're awesome. Thank you. You've taught me so much just about everything. And it not only applies to just working out and eating healthy and having a healthy mindset, but like everything that you have taught me and helped me with has affected other aspects of my life. You know, like I just can't thank you enough.
Oh, well, no, thank you. I thank you for trusting in me. I know sometimes like when you read lots of things online or like other people's stories, and you're like, well, will this work for me? You know, but sometimes when you go with your gut and you're open to change and trusting a process that you'll create, that's when the real success happens. And I just thank you for being so coachable, right? And so committed, because when you're those two things, the possibilities are endless, right? And so now you're set for life, which is amazing. Oh my goodness. Lots of comments coming up here. Chloe, yes, what works best for you? Absolutely. Alyssa, sending love from Frederick.
Hey,
yeah, Alyssa.
We've been together all through since like middle school, high school, and I think elementary school. Well, 5th grade, I think, is when we started together. Yeah.
Yeah, she's here. She just started last week, actually. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Jocelyn says being consistent and focusing on the process. Yes, absolutely. Being present. That is the key. Oh my gosh, awesome. Well, Melissa, I don't want to keep you and Aria anymore. I want to thank you again so much. And I want to thank all of you guys for joining. I want to also encourage you guys, if you're ready to create your own success story, just like Melissa, and even if you don't think it's possible, even if you tried everything in the past and you're convinced that nothing will work for you, that's where Melissa was, and look where she is now. Okay. So, take a chance on yourself and believe in yourself and creating a new process. So all you have to do that is just book a free call with me, createmyweight.com/apply. And you and I will sit down and get crystal clear on what it is you need to be successful this year. Okay. This can be your year. This year has to be better than 2020, right? So let's just, make the best of it and let's move forward, right? Always forward, never backward. That's something else I always say in the program. So again, Melissa, thank you so much for joining. Alyssa says, yep, way back then. Abby says, yes, #set for life. Jocelyn says, thank you, Melissa, for sharing your story. It was super motivating. There you go. That's what this year's all about. 2020 for you was to get inspired, Melissa, and now you are the inspiration. So just remember that, okay? All right, you guys, we're going to rock and roll out of here. But have an amazing night. And next week, we're going to have an interview with Mindy, all right, who's another CMW alum. But Melissa, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye, Maria.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Bye. See ya.
Bye. She's eating spaghetti, so she's enjoying right now.
I'm going to go get some more. I'm going to go eat spaghetti here soon too. Food freedom, right?
Bye.
Bye, girls.